just sitting in the yard. So
Are you watching the fire?
that was me burning.
Well,
I
That's
know.
live on YouTube.
I don't know if you saw us waving at
Council?
you.
Oh,
We
the stream is now
Council, if I
live.
may, just in case, I think we are live streaming.
Okay. Well, thank you, everybody. You just caught us at the tail end of the conversation, just local fun stuff. So welcome to our Monday, July 29th special meeting. Moved by Deputy Mayor Lang, seconded by Councillor Jaworski. Be it resolved that July 29th, 2024 special council meeting of the Township of South Glengarry now be opened at 4:36 p.m. All those in favor? Carried. Are there any amendments to the agenda?
through you, Mr. Mayor, there are not.
Okay. Moved by Councillor McInnell, seconded by Councillor Bougie. Be it resolved that the Council of the Township of South Glengarry approve the agenda as presented. All those in favor? Carried. So we'll get right into the order of the bit, or sorry, no declarations of pecuniary interest. Seeing none, we'll get into the orders of business. Moved by Councillor Jaworski, seconded by Councillor Bougie. Be it resolved that staff report 2024-84 be received and the Council of the Township of South Glengarry directs administration to bind insurance with Intact Public Entities Incorporated through Halpenny Insurance Brokers as per their submission of $260,842 plus applicable taxes, and that the mayor and clerk be authorized to sign any and all relevant documents. And just to the public, before we turn it over to administration, this is a special meeting only because our term is shortly approaching and it's best to have insurance coverage for our community. So that's what this meeting is about. And I'll turn it over to Ms. MacDonald and Ms. Dixon or Mr. Robertson.
Through you, Mr. Mayor, I'll start off our conversation. So yes, as you stated, our insurance period starts on August 1st. So the point of this meeting was just to provide council with the information that we received from 3 different companies. We received submissions from Marsh through Halpenny, Intact through Halpenny, as well as multiple different insurance carriers through BFL. The 3 proposals were analyzed and compared in terms of coverages, and it is staff's belief that the option provided by Intact Insurance would be most favorable for the municipality.
And through you, Mr. Mayor, so I'll just quickly share my screen so council can see the package amounts that we received.
That'd be great. Am I correct to understand we received one about noon today anyway? So I appreciate council doing this meeting on short notice.
Yes, thank you. Through you, Mr. Mayor, we did unfortunately only receive our 3rd quote this morning, or we would have forwarded the information last week. So as you can see here, we received Halpenny Marsh was $258,937. Intact through Halpenny $260,842, and BFL with multiple carriers was $327,994. So as the deputy clerk mentioned, we went through all the packages and the recommendation of the broker as well. Intact has many value-added services for us. The good news on these figures is we had budgeted anticipating an increase for this year. So the proponent that we are recommending, Intact, it will actually represent savings for the corporation this year, as we had anticipated an increase on last year's premium. And the figures for this will actually be lower than what we had budgeted. So it represents savings of approximately $35,000 for this year. Just stop sharing my screen. All right, to remember how to stop sharing my screen.
So while you're doing that, as you said, the amount of the overall premium, because I know sometimes it's difficult to speak in current year, this package versus last year's package. So it looks like administration is recommending 260,000. Am I correct to assume like last year's was above or in and around 330,000?
Correct. So last year, 2023 insurance, including our volunteer firefighting insurance, was about 322,000. This year, we will have savings of, as I said, approximately 35,000. Sorry, case.
Give me 2 seconds.
Okay, now we're back to the council. Great. Seeing that information, are there any questions or comments from council? If I may ask a question just quickly, what would some of those value added services be? Just so we know what the extra stuff, if that's okay.
Through you, Mr. Mayor, there are a couple, there is a asset valuation and risk inspections, which they will provide, road risk assessment, sidewalk services, driver training, fleet management evaluations. They also provide education and seminars, just to kind of name a few.
Okay, that's sounds good. I'm sure there's enough to say $2,000 worth of value. You know how us as council sometimes feels about consultants, but if it's baked into a $2,000 fee and we get 5 to 7 items, it might be, yeah, if used, it will be very good for us. Are there any, as I said, no questions or comments of council at this time then? Okay, then I'll go to vote. All those in favor of the motion as read. Carried. All right, I do thank again all of council for getting together so quickly and at an odd time compared to usual. Moved by Deputy Mayor Lang, seconded by Councillor Bougie. Be resolved that bylaw 2024-48 being a bylaw to adopt, confirm, and ratify matters dealt with by resolution be read a first, second, and third time, passed, signed, and sealed in open council this 29th day of July 2024. All those in favor? Carried. And just before closing, you know how I normally say something at the start, I would like to congratulate the Team Canada women's team for winning 2 games and still being at 0 points, but having a chance to make it on to the next round, as well as Krista Degucci, Summer McIntosh, Eleanor Harvey, Rylan Weens, and Nathan Zomber Murray for their medals so far in the Olympics, and all those other Olympians representing Canada, because we know that despite not winning a medal, you've trained just as hard as everybody else, and seeing athletic efforts at their pinnacle is always amazing to see. Moved by Councillor McDonnell, seconded by Councillor Jaworski. Be resolved that the Council of the Township of South Glengarry adjourn to the call of the chair at 4:43 p.m. All those in favor? Carried. Thank you very much and have